I think we're. Dan's is on my.
We might need a few extra chairs. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai yai dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm Rabbi Alan Levin, and I'm joining Rabbi Dan and Cantor Kevin this evening in a Friday night service that's been conceived in the spirit of Jewish renewal. Jewish renewal is a movement within our tradition that cuts across all denominational boundaries. It seeks to revitalize, renew, and reimagine Jewish life. It focuses on joyous, embodied, and participative prayer, as well as meditation and other spiritual practices. We hope to give you a taste of this tonight, beginning with some music that you may not have heard. Hasidic prayer often begins with a wordless melody, sometimes called a nigun. And we began tonight with a nigun from a popular group called Nava Tehillah. They're based in Jerusalem, and they're at the foreground of ecstatic chant in the Jewish tradition. The sources for tonight's service can be found on the order of service that was on your chairs, and we will often be departing from the words of Mishkan Tefillah, our Siddur, although we will be following the traditional structure of a Friday night service. The order of service has also been emailed this afternoon, along with Shabbat service details for those of you who are joining us for the live stream, and we welcome you as well. And with that,
so we'll turn to page 120, and we'll invite Andrea Fagan to light and bless our Shabbat candles. And celebrating, I missed it, the anniversary, right? So this is my belated love to you guys in 63. Nothing big, nothing too big there. No.
Amen. Gale, 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 na ufros, ufros chavivi alai, et sukat, sukat, shalom echa. Higale, gale, gale, na ufros, ufros chavivi alai, et sukat, sukat, shalom echa. Higale, gale, gale, na ufros, ufros chavivi alai, et sukat, sukat, shalom echa. Higale, gale, gale, na ufros, ufros chavivi alai, et sukat, sukat, shalom echa.
Adonai oz liamo yitim. The Lord gives strength to her people. This sentiment is expressed in one of the traditional Kabbalat Shabbat prayers. And here's another take on this theme by a contemporary songwriter, Rabbi Josh Warshawski, based on Psalm 59, a psalm that is typically not used in liturgy at all. The words to this prayer can be found on your order of service.
ואני אשיר עוזך וארנן לבוקר חסדך כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ליום צר לי ואני אשיר עוזך וארנן לבוקר חסדך כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ויום צר לי ואני אשיר עוזך וארנן לבוקר חסדך כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ויום צר לי עוזי אליך הזמרה עוזי אליך הזמרה עוזי אליך הזמרה עוזי אליך הזמרה ואני אשיר עוזך וארנן לבוקר חסדך כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ויום צר לי ואני אשיר עוזך וארנן לבוקר חסדך כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ליום צר לי עוזי אליך הזמרה 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 עוזי אליך הזמרה
the words to the Chadodi, which traditionally concludes the Kabbalat Shabbat portion of our evening service, can be found on page 138.
Ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 pnei Shabbat nekabe, ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmi'anu El Hamyuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad L'Shem U'Tiferet V'Litilai Yai-Rai-Rai Yai-Rai-Rai Lecha Dodi Ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh v'machshava techila. Yai rai rai, ya la 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech Ir melucha kumitzeim metoch afecha rab lach shevet בעמק הבחר והוא יחמור עלייך חמלה. יא לה 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 לך דודי, יא לה 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 לקראת כלה, יא לה 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 בני שבת, בני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי קרבה אל נפשי גאלה. יא לה לה לך דודי, יא לה 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 Katkala. Yalalalai B'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lech Katodi Katkala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lech Katodi Katkala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri ki ba'orech. Kumi ori uri bori shir daveri kvod Adonai alayich biglalech katodili katkala B'nei Shabbat nekabela lech katodili katkala B'nei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi velo tikali ma tishtochechi umatemi ba yechesu aniye ami v'niftair Atila lecha dodili kaftala B'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodili kaftala B'nei Shabbat nekabela V'hayu limshisa shosai v'rach kol nevalai yatzalai Elohai kimsos hatan akala lekadodili katala B'nei Shabbat nekabela lekadodili katala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Yaminu smol tifroti ve'et Adonai ta'ariti al yad ish ben parti ונשמחה ונגילה לחטאתי לקראתלה בני שבת נקבלה לחטאתי לקראתלה בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לפנתותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לפנתותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה יאירה 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 נה 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 יאירה נה 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 יאירה נה נה יאירה נה 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 נה
I'm afraid this alternative setup has, our dancing around the room has been a victim of this alternative setup. I'm sorry for that. I will have to make amends for that. Please, please rise for the Baruch Hu and face the
Yadadai-dai-dai, 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 yadadai-dai-dai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. Yadadai-dai-dai, 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 yadadai-dai-dai. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Arafi.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohel Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
How good it will be when you really listen and hear God's directions. Loving Yah, who is your God, and acting godly with feeling and inspiration. Your earthly deeds will be met at the right time, appropriate to the season. You will reap what you planted for your delight in Him. All of you will eat and be content. But be careful. Watch out. Don't let your cravings delude you. Don't let your cravings become your gods. Don't debase yourself to them, because the God sense within you will become distorted. Heaven will be shut to you. Grace will not descend. Earth will not yield her produce. Earth will not be able to recover the balance in which God's gifts manifest. May these values reside in your feelings and aspirations, marking what you produce, guiding what you perceive. Teach them to your children so that they are instructed how to make their homes sacred. Mark your entrances and exits with them so that you will be more aware. Yah, who is, said to Moshe, "Speak, telling the Israelites to make tzitzit on the corners of their garments. On each tzitzit, let them set a blue thread. These tzitzit are for your benefit. Glance at them. And in your seeing, remember all the other directives of Yah who is, and act on them. This way you will not be led astray."
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Adonai Elohechem Emet. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot o sefele, nora tehilot o sefele. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף פלא, נורא תהילות אוסף פלא. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? מלכותך רעה ובניך בוקי הים, מפני משה ומרים שאלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Israel. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. L'chaim.
So we come now to the Amidah, which some in our tradition see as a prayer and others see as an extended meditation. The traditional form of the Amidah opens with an invocation to our ancestors, inviting Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, and Rachel into the room with us. In Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical path, each of these ancestors is a symbol for some quality of the divine, a quality that we may need in our lives at a given time. Tonight, you are certainly welcome to pray the Amidah as you normally do. but I invite you instead to experiment with the Amidah and connect with the divine in a different way. On the handout of your order of service on the second page, the back of it, we've listed a particular quality that is associated with each of the matriarchs or patriarchs. Avraham, for example, is associated with loving kindness. Yaakov is associated with compassion. Sarah with gratitude. Rachel or Rachel with leadership. Leah with understanding. So choose one of these qualities that you would like to focus on during this Shabbat. Something that you would like to bring more of into your life. And we'll be doing the Amidah as a chant. So if you're interested in bringing more kindness into your life, you may chant Elohei Avraham, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Avraham, over and over for about 2 minutes. If, on the other hand, you're interested in bringing more compassion into your life, you would chant Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Yaakov. If you're interested in bringing gratitude or more gratitude into your life, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Sarah would be your chant. So we'll be chanting for about 2 minutes together in an extended fashion. And then when you hear the chimes ring, we'll fall silent for a couple of minutes to give you some time to process what you're feeling and reflecting and hearing, either in the room or in your heart. See what comes up for you when everything is subsequently silent after we've been chanting collectively. The energy can be subtle or it can be very powerful. Kevin is going to open the Amidah for us traditionally with Adonai Sfatai, and then we'll begin the chant. We'll chant for about 2 minutes, and then we'll fall silent. I invite you to rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Hey Abraham, hey Abraham,
Elohei Rivka, 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 Elohei Rivka,
Abraham, 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 Abraham,
Rivka, 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 Rivka. Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, imru amen. Yase shalom, Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, Kol Yisrael. 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 Yase shalom, Yase shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
As we think of our loved ones who are in need of healing tonight, we'll turn to page 371. And this is an evening certainly of contemplation, of reaching some deeper places. I want you to reach deep tonight. Really think of those people that are closest to you, but think also a little bit further away. The world in need of healing on every conceivable level. So as we join with Cantor Kevin on page 371, again, we put more than just words into the experience. We put our spirits, we put our ruach. And page 371,
Mishebeirach Avoteinu Mikol habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishebeirach Imotenu Mikol habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with restful wash, Shema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. V'hashevota, v'hashevota, elevavecha, elevavecha, ki Adonai, Ki Adonai, Hu ha-Elohim, Hu ha-Elohim, together. V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz. Bayom hahu, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad.
Now invite those who are in mourning, those observing yard sites, to please rise. Everyone else may be still seated at this time. We think first of those who passed in our community in recent months: Bert Bitterman, Morty Schwatzky, Beverly Deshevsky, Jerry Goldsmith, Dr. Sam Gould, Sandy Greenwald, Dorothy Klein, Sean Leibowitz, Marvin Schreier, Sandy Slip, Barbara Strasser, David Weinstein, and Yael Zerdar. We also marked the yard sites that occurred during the last week for Zipa Apterkin, Elias Birnbaum, Doris Blasenheim, Tina Turoff Clark, Frank Decker, Barnett Elkin, Goldie Feinstein, Olga Gao, Louis Kaplan, Jonathan Klyer, Goldie Leifer, Max Matlis, Elaine Matlick, Sanford Matloff, Martin Ohl, Harry Olstein, Lillian Rosenthal, James Rothschild, Sheldon Rudansky, Bessie Shockett, Eric Segelstein, Laura Segelstein, Sidney Segelstein, George Shaneswaite, Heidi Siegel, Fanny Weinstein, and Maxwell Whitelaw. In addition to those names that we just read, if anyone else is saying Kaddish tonight for anyone we didn't mention, if you'd like to mention their names now. Of course, we'll invite those watching at home as well to say the names of your loved ones, and I'll invite the mourners to join with me on page 598 in our prayer books, and invite those, if it is your custom, to rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach ha'olam u'yamei hamayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha
Richu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata v'amiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Zichronam livracha, may every one of their memories be for a blessing.
Amen.
Please be seated. I have a few too many papers. Oh, to our friend announcements. Okay, give me 1 second to get more set up here. First things I will say is Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and that I missed you terribly last week, and thank you, Cantor Kevin, for jumping in at the last minute, and I appreciate everybody who was wishing us a speedy recovery. And I'm speeding in that direction, but not quite there yet. So I was really very grateful to be able to share this space with all of you and to share this space with my partners here. So my first thing to say is my gratitude to Rabbi Alan Levin and to our student Cantor Kevin, who really worked so hard to put together this service, which I am sure for some of you may be very different than anything that you've experienced before. We won't out and ask you who that might be, but we can make a fair assumption. And that might be an uncomfortable space from time to time. Doing something different is not necessarily where we always come from. But it's an important reminder to us that the history of Judaism, and in particular the history of Jewish prayer, is far from monolithic, far from being only one method, one way. And if anything, the goal of Jewish prayer at its deepest point is to help to open us up. We find ourselves oftentimes closed like a fist. Sometimes we need a little bit of singing, a little bit of spirit, and perhaps even for the first time for some of you, maybe even for me, a little bit of chanting, a little bit of, again, getting out of a focus so much onto the words and more into what is coming through in our hearts. So really, again, from the depths, I thank you, Rabbi, for helping to bring this into our community and to remind us again, it's one of the great strengths of this community in particular, is that we approach Judaism with open eyes, with open hearts, and with open arms. So with all of that seriousness out of the way, I will just make a few of our more quotidian announcements. First is to join us for Shabbat services tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, in which we are very excited to call Emerson Greenwald to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. And as I always say, if you've been waiting to show up on a Saturday morning, these are the ones to show up for, people. Right? It was really wonderful kids, especially Emerson, who's worked very hard, and we're very excited to celebrate with her. So again, you can join us here in person or online for services tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Followed by Torah study online or in person here on Zoom at 12 o'clock. A reminder that tomorrow evening we will mark Slichot, and Slichot is our real reminder that it's really coming, people. If you're not ready, now is the time to do exactly that work.
I'm not ready.
You know what I was going to say. Yeah, Cantor's always ready. He's ready to go. But Slichot, again, we'll begin with something we haven't really been able to do for a few years. We'll start with a film to get us into the sort of mindset of the holiday season, and then we will do Havdalah, and we'll have our Slichot service here again. You can join us at the temple for Slichot. At least I hadn't anticipated it being virtual, as certainly the movie is not. Service, I suppose, if you want to follow, I'll put it online for sure. But if you want to join us for the film, and ideally to be here with us again, we're going to start tomorrow evening at 6:30, and we'll most likely be finished by about 8:30. Reminder also that on Sunday, as you can see, thanks very much to the hard work of Howard and Ann Schwatzky, and to our wonderful longtime friend Jonathan Glynn, the artists that I don't know if our friends online can see any of it, but the wonderful artwork that we see around us, one of the great points of pride of our community back on the walls here. And as you can see, really, truly beautiful work. But we're going to have an official opening and reception from 5 to 7 o'clock this Sunday, in which, again, Jonathan Glynn, the artist, will join us, and Ann Schwatzky will give us a little bit of a sense of how it all came together. Also, on Monday, this is very exciting, our first day of Hebrew school back in session. And by the minute, growing the Hebrew school, Shelley's fielded about, 20 calls this week, it feels like. So a lot of good things. And if you know anybody in the area who has not yet settled on a Hebrew school, please do tell them about us. But we're excited again for our first day on Monday. This is really important. We still need ushers for the high holidays, in particular for first day of Rosh Hashanah. So even if you can give 15 minutes of your time, if you feel comfortable, please let Susie Miller know or let Shelley know if you're with us here tonight. We could really use that help. And of course, we also need it through the rest of the holidays as well. But that's one of those services that we are expecting to need a lot of help. And remember, ushering is sacred work. It brings people into the building and gets them settled. And that really helps everybody to be able to experience the holidays safely and securely. And we appreciate everybody who's already volunteered. Reminder again, if you don't know, next Friday night, September 15th, our Rosh Hashanah services begin at 7:30. It is also Shabbat. So we'll have a lot to celebrate together. So again, Friday the 15th at 7:30. And if you still have questions about anything, please call Shelley instead of me, because I really have no idea. She's our master of everything, so she will definitely help you out. Reminder again about our annual High Holiday Food Drive, always a very important part of our High Holiday experience. So more information coming, but as usual, you'll have an opportunity between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur to be able to offer whatever you can to support our local food pantry, which of course is such an important part of our community here, and many of our members here being volunteers at the food pantry for many years. Also, just a reminder that it's not just food items, hygienic items as well, and the list of those items can be picked up and your brown bag at services on Rosh Hashanah. Yes? Okay, Shelley says, see, that's why you asked Shelley, right? The flyers are just outside the door there. So last one is just a personal one on the off chance that somehow Lou is able to watch the service at home tomorrow evening, our anniversary. Not 63 years quite, but we're getting up there. As the nature of things, when we got married at this time of year, we sort of knew what we had gotten ourselves into, which is in 9 years of being a rabbi, I don't think we've ever been able to actually go out for dinner on our actual anniversary, because it's always a chag or a slichot or whatever it is. But we're going to find our time. So happy anniversary, sweetheart, if you're watching. So the applause is for her for putting up with me. I think that's more of it. So with that, we're going to turn to page 123 in our prayer books, if you have them. Kiddush and Motzi. Can I ask a favor of anybody who happens to be close by? See, the rabbi jumps in always to grab our Kiddush cup. We're on page 123. This is also, by the way, one of the great points of contention about whether Kiddush is said standing or sitting. And in my household, always was said, always sitting, always, always, always. But for many people, even at home, the tradition is to stand. And it's a great reminder, again, as I said, when we think that there's only one answer, at least in our tradition, that's very rarely the case. So if you feel more comfortable standing, you are welcome to rise. If you feel more comfortable sitting, I don't know about all of you, but it's nice to be off my feet for a service. I could get used to this for sure. We're on page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei beri hakafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו, בשבת קודשו באהוב רצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תפילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, קיבלנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen.
I should also point out that there is food, so don't think there isn't food here. We just, a little bit different being in the social hall, couldn't quite bring it out. Josie's been very patient. So don't go anywhere. When we're done with services, we're going to bring the food out. Everybody should have a good time. Let's do our motzi and then a closing out. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Very nice. Yes, of course.
The people that wrote this.